Elon Musk reveals major SpaceX developments. According to the entrepreneur, SpaceX is nearly ready to launch the first orbital test flight of the Starship, the rocket with which Musk plans to colonize Mars. Inching forward, Elon Musk is coming closer to realizing his globalized goal: to take control of Mars. A large number of us, he says, will live to see Mars finally taken. The software tycoon predicted in July that humans would colonize Mars within their lifetimes. Reactions like too ambitious, crazy, and unrealistic greeted this pledge. Tesla's rich, eccentric leader keeps insisting that it can be done. Near the end of the third week of April, he said, his aerospace business SpaceX will launch Starship, the gigantic rocket at the heart of his quest for conquest. Musk predicted that SpaceX would be ready to launch Starship within a matter of weeks on March 17th. He also said that the launch will happen as soon as a license was approved by the Federal Aviation Authority. Musk is confident that SpaceX will receive approval from the FAA and other space agencies, since he has predicted when this will occur. Assuming that takes a couple of weeks, Musk said the first launch attempt would be around the third week of April. The FAA has promised to weigh in, so stay tuned for further developments. While testing the spacecraft last summer, the government had given Musk's business a hard time, issuing no less than 75 points of remarks and modifications to be done to minimize the big rocket's impact on the environment. Musk has changed his tune from the pessimism he expressed in early March. The billionaire had only indicated a few days earlier that Starship only had a 50-50 chance of succeeding on the first try. By the end of the year, he predicted, that likely would have increased to 80%. Given the high incidence of failure seen with the launch of new spacecraft, his caution was warranted, according to specialists. With a super heavy vehicle that can travel to the Moon and eventually Mars while carrying tons of cargo, the orbital launch of Starship is expected to represent a huge step forward for humanity. The spaceship and booster stage of a next-generation rocket called a 90-minute flight. Starship can reach orbit around the Sun in under 90 minutes. Super Heavy refers to the primary stage, or the booster required to launch the Starship. Future generations will be able to ride in the same reusable transit system that transports goods and people. It is meant to be a rapid replacement for the complete SpaceX launcher lineup, as well as the present freight and manned transport systems. The Falcon Heavy and the Falcon 9 are used to launching satellites, resupply the International Space Station, and transport new crew members to and from the ISS. One day, astronauts and supplies will ride the Starship, which, upon launch, will become the most powerful rocket ever launched to the Moon and, if successful, Mars. The Starship's second stage has been tested by SpaceX, but only on high-altitude missions, not in orbit. The Super Heavy has not yet taken to the air. The first launch of the Super Heavy, powered by its 33 Raptor engines, is sure to be a sight to behold. Within the first 3 minutes of the 19-minute test flight, the Starship will break off from the Super Heavy. If all goes well during testing, NASA will deploy a reworked version of the Starship spaceship to deposit a woman and a person of color on the lunar surface no sooner than 2025. Moreover, the vehicle might be used to transport materials to the Moon in support of NASA's plan to establish a permanent human settlement there. NASA plans to send humans on their first expedition to Mars in the 2030s.